So my name is Mark Mattingley-Scott, and I'm an IBM Q ambassador for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, among other things. I do other stuff as well.
Among many things.
Yeah. Some of them actually related to AI. So I head a working group on AI and the German IT industry association. I work for the IEEE at the European Union on policy stuff for AI. And I do some creative stuff with AI as well.
Oh, I remember you telling me earlier that you're a musician. Is that unrelated to AI? That's just for fun?
Sort of, yeah. I played bass guitar in a hardcore punk band, and I produce some electronic music. And I actually have a colleague from IBM who wrote Watson Beats, which uses AI to create electronic music. So, and I actually have a connection with New York, and that. So the last time I was at a meetup in New York in May was a fireside chat on, can artificial intelligence be creative? My answer was no, not yet. But it was a very, very interesting discussion. So a lot of people thinking about that. What does it mean for creativity? What does it mean for jobs? So that's the topic for this evening. What does it mean for society? It's kind of soft topics, but actually really, really important. If we don't get it right, it's not good at all.
And those are questions that keep coming up, too. Yeah. I feel like every time I'm at one of these events, everyone wants to know what it means for jobs, what it means for just helping people, AI and technology. And in most people that talk to me or on this panel, there is a lot of hope, and it is very exciting. So is there anything that is on the market right now, or maybe something you're working on that you're just very excited about and are looking forward to see what happens in 5 to 10 years?
I think the one thing is the European perspective, and I'm sure there'll be people out there now rolling their eyes. The European perspective, we brought you data protection. But in Europe, we're very aware of the importance of being able to explain, if a machine learning or deep learning makes a decision, to be able to explain why. We see that as of key importance. The other thing is that we know that AI is going to disrupt. I was actually on the way here by coincidence. I was reading an article on my iPad that in 1978 there is a German. It's like Newsweek in Germany, and they had a picture on the front of a robot saying robots will take away everyone's job. That was 1978. So it was before the World Wide Web. And it was, people in panic. I'm sure we're in a similar situation, so it's a time of big change. And we have to come up with some good answers to some very, very difficult questions. But I think the key takeaway is that in order to avoid a destructive disruption, it's important to include that disruption in, let's say, businesses' consideration about how AI happens. So it's no longer a hidden cost. Society takes care of that. We actually have to take a closer look at that. What are the consequences of what we're doing? So I think that's key.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I'll be really curious to see what those hard questions are. And like you said, getting that right, what does that mean exactly? But I do believe that you and the other panelists tonight are going to have some really interesting insights and opinions. But last thing I have to ask, too, how did you get involved in Disruptive Technologists?
So I was here for this meetup in May on creativity and AI, and the colleague who was actually interviewing me in the fireside chat knew Lauren, and Lauren basically just said, Mark, we need somebody from Europe. Can you come on over? Yeah, so and I travel regularly to the States, so to New York, and I love New York.
Tonight you're the Europe ambassador. You are representing all of no pressure, right?
Well, I can say anything. And I'm British, so I can refer to United States as a former colony.
Mm-hmm. You can. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you say and who you rile up later on tonight.
Oh, I
But
hope
yeah,
Okay.
we need somebody to make it a little, exciting. But thank you so much.
My pleasure. Okay.
Well, I'll see you later on.
Okay.
Thank you, Mark.